Whoa! Welcome. Go Astros! Go Astros! Welcome to WrestleCram. This is your boy, the host with the most, but humble. I do mean humble. D Nostradamus, aka Derek, and I'm here, of course, on a Tuesday to give you NXT, WWE NXT. First and foremost, thank you so much for being a part of the show. If you're watching it today, you're watching it tomorrow, you're watching it next week, I do thank you from the bottom of my heart, to the depths of my loins. I truly do thank you. Without you guys, it truly wouldn't be me. And I truly mean humble for a reason. I mean that. I truly mean that. I have my Astros shirt on because today is the Astros play the Mariners in game one, and we got the win. Go Astros! Go Astros! Go Astros! Believe it or not, I kid you not. Before we start the show, before I do anything, I am born and raised in Louisiana. I have no interest in any pro sport team in Louisiana at all. I'm a Steelers fan, I'm an Astros fan, and I'm a Rockets fan. I've always been those fans. The only teams that I can honestly say that I like that are inside of the state is the collegiate level. I like Tech. I'm a huge Tech Bulldog fan in football. I'm a huge UL fan. Raging Cajuns, go Raging Cajuns. And I go for LSU in the basketball because that's the only that I'll probably go for LSU and Centenary, which is Shreveport based. But other than that, that's it. So if you want to do anything for me, go ahead and watch the show. Of course, thank you so much. But hit the thumbs up button. Hit that thumbs up button, you guys. If you want to do anything else for me, hit the sub button. We're on the way to monetization. That's the road to we're doing now. We're on the road to monetization. Other than that, if you want to do anything, one more thing. I'm not asking for a red cent. I'm not asking for a credit card number. Go ahead and hit the notification bell. I do seven core shows each and every week. Next week, you will get Halloween Havoc. I will do that pay-per-view. That's on next Wednesday. So Thursday you get 2 shows. You'll get, of course, my 2 cent, and you will also get my prediction show for Halloween Havoc. Other than that, let's get to the show. I thought it was a pretty decent show. Long again. I want to do my 2 cent on how to fix NXT. I said I was going to do how to clean the women's division up first, and then we'll go into NXT probably. If there isn't a huge news, something that drops on the news on my Dirt Sheet Roundup, I will talk about NXT this next Thursday and how to clean it up. And I got a couple things that can fix it. I promise you, I really do. But other than that, let's talk about NXT. First and foremost, we get Braun Breaker. We start the show off with Braun Breaker. But we do get, if you haven't, I haven't talked about it, but we do have a huge shakeup on the commentators area, where Corey Graves is with the Scottish guy. I forgot his name. Him. And the young man that's with NXT is now with Booker T. I'm guessing that they did not change the show when it came to SmackDown, where I think Corey Graves will be sitting in for Pat McAfee until college football is over with. But I just wanted to let y'all know we get Booker T again. Booker T is one of the greatest commentators in the history of commentating. I love him to death. So, but we do get Braun Breaker versus Javier Bernard, which is hilarious. I mean, this was pretty much a squash match. It was a squash match. So we did get that beautiful power slam that he holds him up with the military press, throws him and does that beautiful power slam. After that, we get JD McDonough. He comes out. He well, actually, JD McDonough comes out before the match starts. He actually goes and sit down and talks to Booker T. Booker T really enjoys him, and we do get a video where Ilya Dragunov is it Ilya Dragunov? I think it is. I suck when it comes to pronunciations. But he comes into. They show him coming into the ring. I mean, coming into the arena. But after the end of the match, we did get a face down between JD McDonough and Braun Breaker. Out comes Ilya Dragunov. He comes out, and we see JD, who is the smartest man in the world. I swear he is. He comes out and he attacks Dragunov first, and then he goes to Braun Breaker, where they start attacking. Dragunov does that. What is that? What is that move called? He does that. What is it called? What is it called? Torpedo. He does a torpedo on Braun Breaker, and JD McDonough just loving it. Loving it. Dance puppets. Dance puppets. That's actually what he's doing. After that, we get Elba Fire. She has another promo. And we finally find out what happened in the car. So, apparently, she got into the driver's side and started driving the car. He was joyriding. No tea and crumpets or, ice cream, which I would have suggested. But we didn't get any of that. They did go on a crazy ride after she got into the car. And she's saying that where there's smoke, there's fire. And, she's going to bring prestige back to the NXT Women's Championship. After that, we get the Nathan Fraser versus Axiom. Is it Axiom? Axiom? I guess I can't pronounce his name for anything, but I do like him a lot. Axiom. I'm sorry, guys. But we had a beautiful 2 out of 3 falls match between these two, and they were rewarded with whoever wins the last match will have the last spot in the ladder match for the United States title. And when I tell you they left it all in the ring, this is one of the matches I will honestly tell you, go see. It was really good. It wasn't that long. No, it wasn't long, like super long, like 30 minutes long. It's a good 15-minute match. And I tell you, Nathan Fraser, hands down, is truly going to be a superstar. Him and Axiom are going to be great superstars when it comes to their agility. And Axiom is more of a technical wrestler. So we got a lot of submission holds, but he's an aerial person too. So it's really weird that you have an aerial person who is also a submission person. Well, let me take that back because Daniel Bryan's that. So, it was really good. I mean, hands down, really, really good. But at the end, we got false pins. Eventually, Fraser gets him into he does a roll up, hitting Axiom's head and pinning him with a hold, and for him to win the match. Thought it was a very decent match. Nathan Fraser does go. He's the last person to be in the participant of this crazy ladder match, which I cannot wait to see. It looks really, really good. After that, we get a Ilya Dragunov where he's leaving. He's about to leave the stadium, but he runs into Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller eyes. He has shades on. He's like, "Why do you have your grandmother's shades on?" He's like, "Dude, the sun still affects me. Any light still affects me. My eyes are still red off of what happened last week. But He did challenge Apollo Crews to a match at Halloween Havoc, and he was just making fun, of course, of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was, you know what? I'm not gonna leave. Me, you, main event tonight. So they are going to face each other at the main event of course, NXT. After that, we get Valentina. Valentina asks Sanjay to accompany her to the ring where she will face Indy Hartwell. I don't know. After that, we get Apollo Crews, and apparently he's stalking Gresham. Like he's like really into this book, and he's writing everything down. And he's saying he leaves you in the dark. It's like, okay, what's up with all this crap? But anyway, we get Valentina versus Indy Hartwell. Pretty decent match, but in the middle of the match, Sanjay is interrupted by, I didn't know, but if he dresses up really nice, he dresses up really nice apparently. Veer Mahan comes out and he talks to Sanjay, and Sanjay walks out on Valentina. She wanted the support. She looked on the side and didn't see him there anymore. So I think that kind of hindered her for Indy to do a middle rope back suplex to win the match. I don't know how this storyline is going to play out, but I would like to see what happens when it comes to Sanjay and Valentina. Valentina is in a she's in a tag team with another young lady, so this was her first singles match in a while. After that, we got Pretty Deadly congratulating Indy Hartwell, and talking about the match that's going to be next, which is a triple threat number one contendership match. They talk about Go Sports. They are British, and they talk about beer, and they're going to sit there and cook their barbecue and see who comes out as the number one contender. After that, we get Core Jade. She talks about, of course, the Pick Your Poison match between either one of them. They get to choose their opponents. And Core Jade said, well, I'm still trying to look and see who I want. And the lady that's doing the interview saying, well, they're blowing up Roxanne Perez's DMs. They're blowing her up like who she's gonna pick. We don't know, but it's a lot of people that want to help her out. And Core J's like really upset. Like, do you have Ronda's number? It's like she's like, no, I don't have Ronda's number. So she storms off, and the young lady says, I actually do. I was like, well, why didn't you help her, man? I mean, yeah, Core J's a jerk, but you're still gonna help her. So after that, we get the 6-man tag. That's gonna be Blade and Idris. We got Briggs and Jensen, who I love to death, and we get Schism. So this match was it was a traditional tornado tag match. Only 2 participants are in the ring at the same time. It was really good. When I tell you that Briggs and Jensen they don't need to be in NXT anymore. They need to be pulled up to main roster and fast. Like, we're talking fast. They need to be pulled up pretty quick. So they do a beautiful suicide off the top rope. Also, we get a lot of Schism beautiful moves as well. And what I noticed is that all 3 tag teams, when they got a really good spot in, they would turn around and they would look at the top and just poke fun at Pretty Deadly. Pretty Deadly is not a good wrestling group. They're not good at they're not good to me. I do enjoy their shenanigans. I enjoy their video package. I enjoy their promos. But when it comes to being champions, I don't know why Shawn Michaels pulled the trigger on them winning those belts. I understand they were the only heels. Well, I mean, no, I would have put them on Gallus. I would have put them on Gallus, other than put them on Pretty Deadly. But I digress. But we do get a winner. At the end of the match, Gacy does a beautiful spinning lariat onto I think it was Idris, throwing him back into the ring. Out comes Cameron Grimes, attacking, of course, Gacy first, grabbing, giving the illusion and helping out Blade and Idris for them to win and become the number one contenders. I thought that was pretty good. I loved it. I would have chose Jensen and Briggs to do it, but this will be an interesting match as well. After that, we get Miss James, and oh god, this was crazy. So we get this video package of her having Chase University and how it looks in a blue paper, and she's like, I'm gonna buy it and I'm going to turn it into something. I'm gonna wrestle one of their own, and that's gonna be one of the stepping stones of her taking the university and making it into something. That's pretty much what the storyline looks like it's gonna be. After that, we do get Elbow Fire. We get her versus one of the Pretty Deadly young ladies, which is Jade. Is it Jade or Jessie? Jessie Jin, I think is her name, or Jace Jin. I don't know. The pretty Deadly girls or whatnot. So of course, Fire does win. She does win. Of course, she wins. She wins with that beautiful bomb, that glory bomb. And when she's leaving, one of the fans grab her and attacks her. None other, it is Sonya Deville. So they all gang up and beat the living crap out of her, putting her through the commentator, a super bomb onto the commentator's desk. And that was the end of that. It looked like a really, really, really stiff spot. After that, we get Schism. Schism attacks one of the cameramen, and they're saying that now it is time for you to pay the piper. And it is a 3-on-1 handicap match. We know you don't trust anybody in NXT, so I know that you are not going to try to call anybody on NXT. So at Halloween Havoc, it'll be a 3-on-1 Schism versus Cameron Grimes. After that, we get a Zoe Stark versus Nakia Lyons video package saying that they're going to win, of course, at Halloween Havoc. I don't think that's going to happen, but we will see. After that, we get Wes Lee video with Stacks. It's pretty much what happened last week with the issue that, of course, the Dunn, Tony, fell and kind of shattered his knee, and he's going to be out for a while. Stacks is upset behind that situation, and he did challenge Wes Lee to a match at next week. That week is now. We have a match going on. I thought it was a pretty decent match, but once again, the match, these matches are kind of short and compact. We did get a crazy spot at the end where Wes Lee, I guess, does his finisher, and he falls square on his hip. And when I tell you it looked really bad or whatnot. He does pin Stacks to win the match. Out comes Trick Williams and my boy Carmelo Hayes. They come out to attack. We get is it Monsetta? He comes out and evens the numbers. But that was about it of that. it's weird because he came out to help Wes Lee, but they're all in the match together. Even though you're a face, they're still all in this ladder match. And my point is, you're coming out to help somebody that is probably injured, because if you look at the spot, it looks really, really bad. I mean, it just does. Hopefully it's not as what I think it is, but much love, most positive and healing energy to West Lee. After that, we get a Sonya Deville promo where she says that Mandy Rose is, of course, my best friend, and if Toxic Attraction are her girls, they're my girls as well. And she wanted to let Fire know that she will face her, or she has challenged her to a match at the Go Home show next Tuesday. After that, we get a video package at the hospital with Diamond Mine, and they're just saying that everybody's giving each other apologies, and giving fault where fault was, and they saying Diamond Mine forever, but just a lot of you have to win, this has to happen, and I'll give you my predictions next week, so we'll talk about that later. Other than that, we get is it Kia James versus is it Hill or Hall from Chase University, and out comes Mr. Stone. He is upset because he was slammed by the really, really happy Hall, or Hill or Hall, I think it's Hall, last week in that match between Andre and Von Wagner. So he's like, I didn't like that. That was not cool. You should have did that. So he runs toward her again, gets another back body drop, and Miss James does her special, which is called the 401k. And she wins the match with that. But we still didn't get any story moving along with her trying to buy Chase University. So I still don't get that point. But I digress. We will see. I mean, I didn't think that we were going to get the ending of her Fire getting into the car and sped off. I didn't know what was going to happen with that. So hopefully they progress that story, and we'll see what happens with that. After that, we get Cameron Grimes. Stacks and Tony D'Angelo. I'm sorry. Tony D'Angelo was not happy with Stacks losing, and he says for actions there are consequences. So you will have another match next week, and Stacks is continuously asking, who is it? Who is it? He's like, no, take your time. You'll find out who it is. And Stacks like, I'll fight anybody. So if you'll fight anybody, that means you don't need to know who your opponent is. Makes perfect sense to me, right? So after that, we get a Cameron Grimes promo where the young lady did ask, you don't trust anybody in NXT, so will it be a 3-on-1? He was like, well, that's the thing. I don't trust anybody in NXT. Remember, NXT is just one brand. I know everybody. I know a lot of more people on the WWE side, Raw and SmackDown. So I'm going to check and see who I am going to bring over. So we will see who that's going to be. I can't wait to see it, and it's going to be very interesting. So NXT, how we have it, look like it's going to be a really, really fun, really great show. After that, we do get the main event, which is Ilya Dragunov versus Jonathan Gresham. Jonathan Gresham. Why am I saying Jonathan Gresham? I guess Jonathan Gresham is on the brain. Grayson Waller. Now, here's the thing. We didn't get a Apollo Crews this go around, but we do. He does come out of the ring to go to the stage, and that wheel is there, and the wheel just started spinning by itself. Nobody spent it, just started spinning by itself. So it scared the living crap out of him for Dragunov to do another torpedo onto Waller for him to win the match. After that, we did get a celebration from Dragunov, but he turns around, boom, the most huge monster spear I've ever seen out of Braun Breaker ever or whatnot. And I mean, he came out, he was hype, and he was, having a great time with that spear. But in the arena, in the where the audience is, we get JD McDonough, and he's just giving as much love and having that crazy Chris smile, and that was it. We fade to black. The go home show should not disappoint. It's gonna be very interesting. I can't wait to see what happens on, of course, the go home show, with especially the pick your poison with those two mystery opponents. We didn't get I don't think Grayson is not gonna he's not gonna have a Waller effect, I guess. I don't know. I thought he would have had something like that, trying to go for some type of time. But I can't wait to see it. Looks like it's gonna be very interesting. If you like, share, and subscribe, send it to people you like. Send it to people you don't like. I mean, I love y'all so much. Who do I have over there? I have Drew McIntyre and Austin Theory right there. I have to have them right there. Who do I have over here? Who do I have over there? Mortal Kombat. That spun right there, and Magneto and Flash. Got those right there. So I got those for you, whatnot. So like I said, I love y'all so very much. Tomorrow, of course, you will get AEW Dynamite, and of course Thursday is my 2 cents, where I talk about how we can fix the NXT women's roster. That will have notes. I think I'm gonna note it down just a little bit to keep my head and keep everything right and on task with that one. But the best is truly yet to come, you guys. Until next time, love, peace, and of course, go Astros. Wrestling.